This is an Introduction to Math 1215 online video. Once you're able to log into Pearson's MyLab system, you should see a screen similar to this one. Now, it's likely you'll only have one course here. I have many because I use this for a lot of things. But you want to look, if you have more than one, you want to look for the one that says Math 1215 online. Click on that and you'll get the opening page here. Probably the first thing you want to do is come here to the middle and run this browser check. What this is going to do is it's going to make sure that you have all the software installed that you're going to need for this system to run correctly. As you can see, I have a little check here for this one, but it says I need to install these, which is a little unusual because I know they're installed and I know this works correctly. But if you're missing any of these, click on the Install Now and it will take you to a page where you can install the free software that you need for this course. Alright, the next thing you probably want to do is go into this How to Answer Questions. And in here, there's going to be some videos about the basics, some other things about how to answer questions in homework, some more videos, so on and so forth. So you might want to take a few minutes to watch some of those, go through some of the examples that they give, learn how to enter things like fractions and square roots and how to draw graphs and so on and so forth. All right, next, I would suggest you go to Syllabus and Outline. And in particular, I would recommend that you print off this portion and have it somewhere so you have all these due dates somewhere near your computer, somewhere that you'll see regularly so that you know all the due dates for your assignments for the semester. Now, you'll also notice in time that due dates will also show up on this scrolling calendar up here. Here we go. Here's some. So you've got some quizzes due there. It looks like there's nothing due this first week, but there actually is. On Friday, you've got a graphing calculator sheet that's due, and that shows up on the syllabus. All right, one more interesting page here is the announcements. There aren't any right now. But you should check there. I'll post announcements a couple times a week, and when I post announcements, I'll usually email them to you also. Okay, so now we're ready to go. We're ready to start the course. Generally, what you're going to do is you're going to start with video lectures. And you're going to see a video, sometimes two videos, for every section that we cover. Piecewise defined function seems to have two. So there will be a video for every single section. Sometimes there's more than one when they got long. All the way down through everything we cover during the semester, I mean. Okay, so you'll, for example, the first thing you're going to have to do is graphing calculator basics. So you'll click on that and watch the video. Now, this one's a little unusual because this is not covered specifically in the course. So the homework for this one, what you're going to submit, you're actually going to find under Files for Material Not Covered in the Book. And you'll see Graphing Calculator Homework. You'll print this off and you'll fill it out. And then you'll take a picture of it with your phone using Cam Scanner. There'll be information about Cam Scanner. And then you will send me a copy of this and I'll grade it and send it back to you. Okay. Now, in general, though, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Video Lectures, and you would watch the video for section 6.5, and then you would come here and you would come to homework. Now, as you're watching the videos, you should watch them like you're in a class. You should have a notebook. You should be taking notes. Okay. Rewind them, fast forward them as you need. All right. Looking at homework, as you can see, this one has 8 questions. Here's a question. Some of the questions are multiple choice. This one's a fill in the box one. So, and you'll notice when you click in the box, you get options down here for things you might need, like a fraction or a point or roots, absolute value, so on and so forth. I'm just going to type in an answer that I know is wrong. I'm going to type in, now notice, be careful on these, let n be the number of legislators at t years. You got to use those letters n and t, you can't use x and y. N equals minus 300t plus 1138. I'm very, very sure that's wrong. I'll check my answer and it will tell me, no, I'm sorry, you're wrong. But notice what it does. It gives me a hint. on how to get it right. It tells me use the formula for to find slope, then find the constant b. Okay, so it gives me a pretty good hint on how to solve the problem when I get it wrong. Also notice it didn't actually mark it wrong yet. If it's wrong, it'll put a red X up here. If it's right, it'll put a green check. I get 3 chances to do this problem before it marks it wrong. And even if I do it 3 times and then I get it wrong and it marks it wrong, down here there'll be a do a similar exercise button, and I can click on that and it'll give me a similar problem, and I can do that one over and over again until I get it right. Now, if you've done it 2 or 3 times and you've gotten it wrong, it probably tells you need some help. So there's some options. Up here, you can click Help Me Solve This. Help Me Solve This will walk you through step by step how to solve this exact problem, and then it will give you a similar problem for you to do. View an example will show you how to do a similar problem to this one step by step, and then you come back and you do this one. Textbook will take you to the spot in the textbook where you can find information about this. This is a good one. Ask my instructor. What this is going to do is it's going to send me an email. There's my email address. It will embed the question in the email for me, so you don't need to try to type up the whole question. You're just going to type a message here in the box. You're going to say, this is what I tried and I got it wrong. This is what maybe I think I'm doing right. So give me some ideas of what you've done, what you think might be good, what is bad, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And then finally, the last help menu here is print. You could print this problem off and then bring it to my office, or go to the Learning Center and get help with it that way too. All right, so you have to do the homework, and you have to complete the homework with at least an 80% score. Once you get the homework done with an 80% score, you can then go to and take the quiz. So you would take the quiz for section 5.5. Now notice it's not going to let me. Before you can work on this, I have to score at least an 80%. All right. The quizzes, they're going to be very, very similar to the homework. Same type of problems, same number of problems in general. The biggest difference between a quiz and a homework is a quiz does not have the help you menus. You're expected to do the quizzes on your own. You can do the quizzes twice, and I only keep the higher of the 2 scores. What I would really highly recommend is that the first time you take the quiz, you treat it like a test. You don't use your notes, you don't use your book. You treat it just like you're going to have to do when you take a test, and that'll give you an idea of how much you really know. Once you're done the quiz, you can review it, you can print it, you can see which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong, and then you can take it again. The second time you take it, then I would say, all right, use your notes, look up stuff if you need to, make sure you get a good score on it. But I really think that'll help you to study the most if you take the quiz the first time and treat it like a test. And that'll give you a true idea of how much you really understood and how much you didn't. Okay? All right, well, I think that's about everything for now. That'll certainly get you started in the course, get you up and running. At any time when you have questions, please contact me, let me know. I will get back to you just as soon as I can.